Welcome back, everyone. My Time Films Project Integra. Today we're going to be talking about the K series and whether or not it's the best Honda engine of all time. Do you think the K series is really the best Honda engine of all time? Let's talk about it. The K series has been in production now for almost 20 years. Almost 20 years, Honda has almost been making K series engines. That says something right there for itself. The B series, on the other hand, I think lasted only about 13 years. And sure, it was great for its time. Sure, it'll go down in history as one of the best Honda engines of all time. But still, I don't think the B series is as great as the K series. The K series is the go-to swap for motorsports. Everybody has a K swap in their car. You know, you got James Houghton in the Integra Type R, breaking records everywhere, and you got all of these other people with K swaps just blowing everything out the water. And there's a reason for that. You know, there's a reason why they don't have B series in their car, you know, H series, J series. There's a reason why they didn't choose those engines. The K series is doing something right, and I think it has to do with that whole iVTEC thing. iVTEC and VTEC are sort of similar. I feel like iVTEC made the whole VTEC system in general work a lot more efficiently in producing horsepower reliably and accurately. Then you have to remember that the K series engines don't even have distributors on them. So this also makes the power across the board a lot more accurate as opposed to the B series engines where they weren't as precise. Even now you see people with B series engines with coil-on plugs and with all of these other accessories on their B series to make it run more efficient, when in reality they probably could have just bought a K series and just called it a day. The K series is reliable and it's affordable. $5,000, $3,500 to $5,000 for a K series. That's not bad. You know, now this is just talking about just dropping an engine in. This isn't talking about modifying one, because that's when stuff can get expensive. But even then, to spend $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 on a K swap, I think would be a lot more beneficial than spending $5,000 on a B series swap or a Type R engine and only make about 200 wheel horsepower, as opposed to potentially making upwards of 225 to 250 horsepower just like that. That's where I feel like the K series shines. It just reacts well to modifications. It loves to be modified, and that's why a lot of people choose it. You can put a K series in an RX-7. I've seen them in S14s. I've seen them in MR2s. I've seen them in every single Honda platform you can possibly think of from the 90s. I've seen it in a Subaru from Boosted Boys. They're everywhere. You know, they are everywhere, and there's a reason for that. The K20C found in the new Type R is a whole new style of K series with a turbo. You have the C2 from the Civic LXs, and then you have the C4s and the Accords. And then, you know, we're not even talking about the K24 Frankenstein motors that people are starting to do now, which I still don't know too much about. So if you guys want to fill me in on the whole details behind the Frankenstein build with the K24 block and the K20 head, by all means, write a 5-paragraph essay on it in the comment section below. But the question still remains, you know, is the K series the best engine from Honda of all time? Now, this is strictly talking about front-wheel drive platforms, not so much of the FR platforms, because there's a difference between the front-wheel drive engines and the rear-wheel drive engines, and I really don't want to get into having to debate about the F20C and the C32B versus, you know, the K20, because that's when feelings are going to get hurt. But I'll save that for another video. But this is mainly going to be talking about front-wheel drive engines. That's why I think the K series is the best front-wheel drive engine of all time. So like I've said in previous videos, this is mainly just to start debating with you guys and just figuring out what you guys think. I already know most of you guys are going to say, yeah, the K series is the best engine of all time, or there's going to be those D series guys out there that are going to say, oh yeah, save the D, oh man, the D series is the best engine, blah blah blah. You know, but at the end of the day, like, realistically, I'm not going to sit here and lie. The K series is actually pretty good. Would I ever put one in my car? I mean, if I had the money for it and I had the time and patience to learn, relearn about a new system and engine, yeah, probably would. K series is way more superior to just about any engine you put it up against. It's reliable, like I said before, and it pretty much does anything and everything that the B series does. So it doesn't really make too much sense to stay B series when you could just upgrade and just have a lot more potential out of that engine and be able to stay naturally aspirated and still make over 220 wheel horsepower, no problem. So that's where I stand. Let me hear your thoughts. That's the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.